Hello, Bloomfield. This is Suzette DeBeetham Brown, your mayor. Your COVID update is we're currently at 450 positive COVID cases, and unfortunately, we have lost 83 souls to COVID-19. We are in or about to enter in our second round of reopenings that will take place on June 17th. That means nail salons will be opened, restaurants will be opened at 50% capacity. We are excited that things are going somewhat back to normal, but we are asking you to please be mindful. If you're out in public, please wear a mask. I do have my mask here, and everyone here has a mask on. We're asking you to please maintain your 6-foot social distancing, and we're asking you to please wash your hands often, and please carry one of these if you don't have water available. While we are opening back up, it is still very important that we practice all our social distancing measures so that we can continue to flatten the curve. The Leisure Services Department will be offering summer camps for ages 5 to 10 beginning on June 29th and operating through August 21st. Camps will operate from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at a cost of $110 per week. For ages 11 to 15, the Leisure Services Department will be offering drop-in summer playgrounds at the Bloomfield Municipal Pool Pavilion, Laurel School, Maplewood Open Space, Pershing Park, and the Wintonberry Playground during the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. The program will not meet if there is inclement weather. Financial assistance is available. Financial assistance is available for summer camps. Please contact the Social and Youth Services Department for more information and eligibility requirements at 860-242-1895. Due to COVID-19 concerns and safety of our residents, a decision has been made not to open the Bloomfield Municipal Pool this summer. Summer programs including instructional basketball, adult fitness, martial arts, mad science workshops, and more are scheduled to begin in early July. The summer concert series has been placed on hold with the hopes to begin the series either late July or early August. We're in the process of planning an outdoor movie on the lawn. The date or dates along with locations will be released once we have a larger outdoor gathering. 2 of the 4 pickleball courts on Rockwell Avenue are open with COVID-19 rules posted. 5 new tennis courts at 330 Park Avenue have been constructed and scheduled to open during the week of June 15th. A full court basketball court has been constructed at Pershing Park and is scheduled to open sometime after July 6th, once the governor's orders permit this type of play. For any questions on those announcements, please contact the Leisure Services Department at 860-243-2923. In the senior services, they would like you to know that they have a limited supply of reusable face masks for distribution to Bloomfield residents age 60 and over. The Food Share mobile truck is at the Human Services Building every other Tuesday from 12:45 to 1:15 p.m. The next distribution will be on June 16th. We are partnering with the Social and Youth Services to offer an intergenerational pen pal club. The ongoing Meals and Wheels program is available for a nominal fee. Please also note that there will be 2 opportunities for you to be tested for COVID-19. We will have a mobile testing unit here in Bloomfield. Please contact the town manager's office for details. I'd also like to say that today we had a press conference, and that press conference addressed 2 racial situations that happened in our town. And the majority of that press conference was basically to say that Bloomfield, we are better than this. We are an amazing town with amazing people, very diverse and very welcoming, and we continue to fight to make sure that Bloomfield is the best town in the state of Connecticut. We will hear from our town manager, who will give updates on the opening or reopening of town halls and other town buildings. We will also hear from our police chief on today. Thank you for your time.
Hello, Bloomfield. It's nice to see you again. We've missed you here at Town Hall. After several weeks of planning and processing and working through policy for the new environment we find ourselves in, we have our staff back here at work at Town Hall. And we've had our first day open yesterday. We're on an appointment basis, but if you come here and you need help and you don't have an appointment, we will work you in. Service is available in several ways. We are seeing people in offices, but we also have drop boxes outside. We're able to provide services outside, at your car window, and under the tent out front. We had about 50 customers yesterday. Most of those were taxes and town clerk's office, but we are seeing a broad range of folks. Over the course of this week, we'll be taking note of what we got right and what we got wrong, and we'll be making adjustments. Please be patient as we finalize our plans to engage the public and provide services from Town Hall. We're still working on our outdoor workspace. We are working on signage at the parking lots and drop boxes for materials outside in the roundabout out front. We do hope to have some of our summer workers working with us as ambassadors to help you in and out of the building and to secure services from the right departments. We're getting back on track. All of our hands and our leadership are present now, and we're about to have our first all-hands staff meeting in a very long time. We haven't had too many of those through the pandemic. It'll be nice to put the team together and get back to work on some of our longer-term projects. We're working on shared services with the school district. We'll be working on project management and reporting so that you can understand the projects that we have around town and where they stand. We're working on code enforcement and cooperating and working more with the health district to help us cover the town. We also are working with the police department, and we're trying to institute a more universal complaints management system across the entire administration so that if you have a complaint, we can make sure we get back to you and get it dealt with quickly. Lastly, we're beginning consideration of multi-year budgeting. The financial duress that we've been under from this pandemic, the difficulties with our current budget, and the future that we see coming demand that we take a more thorough approach at how we frame the local government's budget. I would say that the governor has stepped up his reporting on phase 2 for opening, and on the 17th we anticipate his announcement. Hopefully it will be positive and phase 2 businesses will open. He has mentioned libraries in that phase specifically, and I know that this week our library board is meeting with our library director to talk about that very thing. Through the pandemic, our library has offered curbside services when most libraries did not. And we found that the business that we are conducting at the library, even now with the pandemic in place, has exceeded some of our contact service days on regular service days before the pandemic. We expect to hear positive things from the library board and our librarian soon, and we hope to embrace opening our library as soon as we can. I wanted to conclude my message this afternoon with a message of hope. We had a press conference earlier today on 2 examples of completely negative and inappropriate behavior, and it struck a chord with all of us. There's been a lot of change, and our community and the nation have been through a lot. I'm seeing our citizens motivated to address injustice and to bring about needed changes. I'm confident that our community is moving in the right direction and that we'll secure the visionary future that the council and our citizens have in mind for our town. We see injustice and we react with righteous indignation. We become angry over the mistreatment of another. This is a gift from our Creator to motivate us to address that injustice. Along with free will, another gift from our Creator, we have the ability to choose how we will act to stop that injustice. We see injustice, we're motivated to stop it, and we can choose how we will act to stop it. We need to choose wisely. We need to choose appropriately. I see great hope here. and I believe the opportunities before us are unlimited. Struggle and tragedy across this spring have opened eyes, and they've opened minds, and it's spoken to our hearts. We're all motivated. We've pushed past the old normal, and although we're in uncharted waters, we've proven to ourselves that we can navigate those waters together. Change is demanding that we step beyond the status quo, out of our comfort zones, and it's demanding that we grow into something better. If we've learned anything from the past several months, we all know that our community is resilient and strong and can face the unknown. We all know that our citizens care and they are willing to take action and invest themselves to help others. And we know that we can all make a difference, and we must act to bring about the change that we want to see. I see the citizens, our churches, our civic organizations, the council, and the town administration focusing on the same thing: stopping the injustice and making things better. I have great hope that working together will transform us all. Thank you. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Good afternoon. We've all seen the images out of Minneapolis where George Floyd was killed during an encounter with police officers, and we are now witnessing the public reaction, condemnation, and outrage that these actions within our town, across our state, and our nation. The video of George Floyd's death was deeply disturbing. I join my fellow police executives in condemning this behavior and committing to continue systematic changes that will prevent future incidents. Last week, I attended the candlelight vigil on the town green and later listened to leaders of our faith communities as they discussed the impact of systematic racism throughout the community with our political leaders. At the Bloomfield Police Department, the concept of procedural justice, otherwise known as legitimacy and trust within our community, is a core element of our policing philosophy. Over the past 10 years, I've worked hard with our officers and civilian staff to build that trust based upon our actions, behavior, and the manner in which we deliver service and treat members of the Bloomfield community. We believe that every person, regardless of race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or gender identity, deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. This is the foundation of our community policing philosophy and our mission at the Bloomfield Police Department. We embrace a mindset and an operating philosophy that prioritizes service over enforcement and building relationships as a means of identifying problems and creating solutions. Bloomfield police officers are instructed that interactions with the community members must be more than legally justified. They must be fair, they must be respectful and considerate. Officers train in progressive tactics that emphasize communication over commands, cooperation over compliance, and legitimacy over their authority. We stress de-escalation techniques to reduce the need for force. We promote communication and cooperation as a means of resolving conflicts. Bloomfield police officers are trained on a yearly basis in bias-based policing issues, conflict management, response to aggression, and crisis intervention techniques, as well as peer support among their colleagues. In addition, on a monthly basis, I report to the Town Council's Public Safety Committee on the details of any incident in which a police officer uses force on a member of our community. Unfortunately, the incident in Minneapolis and other incidents of unnecessary and excessive police force have overshadowed much of the effort and hard work that dedicated police officers do on a daily basis to protect and serve our community. These acts erode the trust and confidence that constitute the foundation of our authority in town. I have communicated with my staff that we will be under additional scrutiny and criticism as we continue forward over the weeks and months ahead. I'm confident that they will continue to validate the goodwill, the legitimacy, and the trust that they have built within the Bloomfield community. It is also important that as police officers, we recognize the frustration, the outrage, and the anger within our community and be proactive in our support of the vigils, demonstrations, peaceful protests, and social justice movements. It's equally important that we also fulfill our role as guardians in the community and protect our residents and our businesses from the acts of opportunists and, let's just say it, criminals. As Chief of Police, I have been very fortunate to lead such a progressive and dedicated group of men and women at the Bloomfield Police Department. I'm very proud of the service that each and every member of my staff has delivered over the past 10 years, and I have witnessed their dedication and selfless service, most recently over the past 3 months in response to the COVID-19 pandemic crisis. I will continue to work alongside, guide, and support every member of our department as we navigate these turbulent waters and continue to serve the Bloomfield community with honor and respect for all. Thank you very much.